Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have my client here and we're going to go ahead and get started on her. So we are using the Rose Water Mario Badescu spray to just kind of hydrate her face just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in a little bit with the Derma-E Vitamin C Serum. This serum is really great for the skin. It really gives a glow to the skin right after hydration, and I like how it just kind of soaks into the skin right after you apply it. I think it's pretty neat. I've used it for a while, and so it's actually one of my favorite products. Yeah, so I'm really just going in with that all over her face. Want to make sure that I get that skin saturated. So the next thing that I do is I hydrate her skin a little bit more with Hydrate by Makeup Revolution. I want to make sure that her skin is ready to go for any kind of makeup application. So I do spend a good little bit of time making sure that I'm prepping her skin properly as need be. And so the next product that I use is Mattify. I do want to mattify out her face just to make sure that the application goes smoothly, especially in the T-zone area. I do get that good above her forehead because she does have some oily spots. So I want to make sure that that's really dry and it's really just ready to go. Also, she's one of my loyals, so I really enjoy doing her face. So we're going to go ahead and get started on brows. The first thing that I do is I use a little bit of the Brow Wax by Morphe. And it's just really used to straighten those brow hairs out because we do want good, clean brows. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm just taking my spoolie and I'm just going through with it. Next, what I do is I use the Morphe Brow Pencil in Chocolate Mousse. This is actually one of my favorite brow pencils. I've been using it for about 2 to 3 years now. It's one of my go-tos. It's one of my faves. Another thing that I use is the Anastasia pomade. But I use that on me preferably. But I like to use my pencil on my clients just because I like to create that soft brow look. So it's really neat, it's really clean, and I just kind of fill in where need be because she does have thick, full brows already. So I don't have to apply much product to the brow overall. So yeah, it's already coming together. Yeah. So next, I actually had to mix my concealers for her shade. So it's actually the Tarte Concealer Shapetape. And I just go in on the bottom, and I only line the bottom of the brow with concealer because usually on the top I just go in with her foundation shade. But I like to line the bottom just to kind of give it that highlighted look, and I try to get as clean as possible to make sure that I clean up any messes that I may have made and to really give it a sharp brow look. So after that, I bring her concealer down to use as a base for eyeshadow preparation, and then I go in with my Truth or Dare palette from Morphe, and we're just gonna go for a natural smoky brown look here. So I'm going in with my first shade. It's just like a neutral, warm tone brown. It has more of a red tone to it. You can't really see it on camera, but it has more of a red tone to it. And then of course I go in with a second shade, which is a deeper brown that's gonna go on her lid. So after we've applied the eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with my NYX Epic Eyeliner. I absolutely love this eyeliner pencil because of the tip of the end. It really gets into that inner corner, as you'll see here in just a minute. It gets into the inner corner like how I like, and it gives a sharp wing look. I've been using this pencil for 3 years now, so it's one of my absolute faves. So I will continue to use this pencil until I see something better. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this eyeliner pencil. It's really good and it dries fast. Now, y'all, do not sleep on Amazon lashes. Look how cute those lashes are. There she's blinking, she's giving it. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start on her face. And so what I've been using, of course, is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and her shade is 338. And so I just take my brush and I do a couple swatches around on the face to really just get some of that product on there. And instead of using a brush, I use a beauty blender to really just pack that foundation in so it can get into her skin. And then, of course, some of the beauty blender is going to soak up the product. That way it won't be so heavy on her face. I can just really get it into her pores so it can oxidize how it needs to. Okay, so I'm really just going in. And while I'm doing that, I've been using Maybelline for just about forever. You know, aside from prestige brands, this is also a good brand if you're on a budget. You can find it at Dollar General's, you can find it at Walmart, anywhere. So now I'm going to go back in with my concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and do her highlight points. So of course I get good under the eyes because she does have just a little bit of eye bags underneath. So I want to make sure that I cover those. So I'm going in with my concealer under her eyes, and then I'm going to also do her nasal point, the nasal highlight on the nose. And then I'm going to also do some concealer right on her forehead, and then come down right under the nose around her mouth area to really just blend all that out, you know. So definitely going to do all that. I just want to make sure that I cover all of her highlight points and just make sure we're going to give her a good lift. So everything will be covered, and then we're going to blend it out real nice and real good. So you kind of already see how it's starting to come together, yeah? She's already starting to look pretty. I don't know what she was telling me, but we were laughing about something. So then next, I just take my brush and I just blend everything out. I try to blend out any harsh lines, and you'll see how it looks in the camera. Now, I'm just letting y'all know it looks so much better off camera. But of course, we know how cameras are. But anywho, so I'm just blending. I blend the outsides first, and then I go towards the inside. So me personally, I do blend a good little bit just because I want to make sure that I'm getting every crease, every spot, every harsh line. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything. So blending is my absolute fave. I love doing it. I enjoy doing it. Sometimes it takes me a little minute, but that's okay because the end result is so worth it, you know? So I'm really just going in. I didn't know I went in like that. Oh my God. So I'm just going in, and she's just looking up to the ceiling, looking up to the gods, you know, and just letting me work. And so I just want you to see how this face is going to come together, how I really just pack in on those inner corners. And I like using a brush to pack out my concealer just because with the beauty blender, it's going to soak up that product, and I don't want my concealer to soak up. Next, I'm going to go ahead and contour her face because she does have a very round face. So I do want to do a slight lift. Okay, so this is actually by Black Opal. So I'm going to go in with that around her forehead, her cheekbones, and we're going to chisel that nose. So I blend the contour into the concealer. So I always blend up. Okay, I don't blend down just because I want to make sure that I lift everything up. So I blend up. Of course, around her forehead, I bring it down a little bit towards the brows. But on the cheekbone area, I blend upwards, just so the concealer and the contour could blend in together. And as you can see, you kind of see how that blend is starting to come together, and how you're starting to see the shape of her face. You're starting to see the form of her face and everything. Isn't it just wonderful how makeup can just transform? But also we're keeping everything soft, and we're keeping everything warm. And so that's one of my goals here that I'm trying to achieve. I want to do that. So yeah, really just went in with that. Now we're going to go ahead and set everything in place. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier powder in translucent honey because again, I do want to keep her warm. And so I apply the powder with a brush first, just so I can go ahead and set my concealer spots. It's important that you want to set your concealer spots so that there won't be any creasing, there won't be any cracking, there won't be any caking. Okay. So I set it first with a brush and just make sure that I just get every fine line. And then after I set her concealer in place, then that's when I do just a little bit of baking. Not too much, but I do a little bit of baking. Also, Laura Mercier is actually a great powder. It's a very smooth powder. It's not going to cake. It's not going to crack, anything like that. So after she's baked and after she's set, we're gonna go in with our bronzer. Oh my God, look how she's looking. So beautiful. We're gonna go in with our Morphe bronzer in Trailblazer. And so I'm just doing a finishing bronzer right over those contour spots just to kind of add some, add some little razzle dazzle to those cheekbones. Again, her face was round, so we did have to lift a little bit. Now, I know it looks a little crazy at first, but trust me, the end result is worth it. And she is just gorgeous. She is so gorgeous. So yeah, I'm really going in with that. I actually love to bronze. It's actually one of my favorite parts when I'm doing a client. I love to bronze. I just feel like it brings so much color to the face. And so that's one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite things that I enjoy. And a lot of my clients actually like it when I do that. And so, yeah, just kind of getting every spot that I need to. Next, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place palette in Volume 1. And we're going to bring some color to those cheeks. And now I am a blush girl. I love blush. And so sometimes I can go a little hard on the blush. But once I tone it down, you'll see the beauty of it. You'll see how it all comes together. You'll see the warmth of her face. You can never go wrong with a bright under eye and a peachy cheek. You can never go wrong with it. Like, it is top tier of all faces. This type of look, you can never go wrong with. It goes with everything. And so, yeah, look at that color. It's so beautiful. So, before I even do highlight, I'm going to spray her with my Urban Decay All Nighter finishing spray. So, I kind of saturate her face. You can see her laughing because it was cold. So, next, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty finishing powder. And I'm just going to kind of dust any excess setting powder off. And it's going to kind of tone everything down and just kind of set everything in place. Give an overall smooth look to her face. And you'll kind of see that here in a minute. And so that finishing powder really brings everything together. And y'all, if I'm mixing up my words, charge it to my mind and not my heart. So I don't even know if I said that right. But yeah, so we're going in with that finishing powder. We're bringing everything together for the final look. And just look how everything is coming together, y'all. Like, this is so beautiful. Y'all cannot tell me this isn't beautiful. I don't even know what she said. But I love these looks. I love doing these looks. It's so pretty. So yeah, we're just finishing that up. So lastly, for her face, we're going to go in with our highlight by Anastasia. And we're going to use bronze just to kind of give a glow to those highlight points. Now, I don't use too much highlighter, but I just use just enough to give it a glowy look. That way, when she's in the sunlight, when the sun hits her face, it's hitting those points and it gives that glow like it should. So I literally just tap just a tad bit right on top of her cheekbone. So yeah, it's really pretty. So now we're going to go in with her lips. We're going to go in with the Morphe lip pencil in Trendsetter. And this is actually one of my favorite lip pencils because it brings out, and I like to overdraw. If y'all don't know what that is, it's just taking the pencil and wherever your natural lip line is, you're going beyond that. Okay, it's going to give a fuller lip. She has a smaller lip, so I kind of have to give the impression of a bigger lip. So that's why I overdraw on her. So yeah, this is like really, really beautiful once it comes together. She is like staring in the camera. But I just love how this look is coming together. Like, it's amazing. And so I just really go in with that pencil just to make sure that I got every spot. So as you can see, I use 3 different things to achieve the lip color that I want. Yeah, you're going to see here in just a minute. So I go back in with that concealer. I'm using the concealer as a base shade to really bring the color out. I saw a lot of people do this, so I wanted to try it for myself, and it actually works. And I actually like it. It's pretty neat. So you just kind of pack that concealer in, and you have your client just bop her lips, and then you top it with the actual color that you want. It's just gonna make the color brighter, like how I would want it, because we're going for a pinky lip here. So like a flamingo pink kind of nude, a pink nude. And then once I get that color on, I'm going to take my brush and I'm actually going to blend the liner and the color together to give it that ombre look before I gloss her up. So I just want to make sure that everything is blended how I want it blended. And you see how it's come together. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That is beautiful. Like, that is so beautiful. And I always use a brush to blend out my lip colors. It just makes it so much, it makes it so much easier. It's like art, like watching a canvas. So lastly, I'm going in with my NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. This is going to bring the liner and the actual lip color all together while still keeping her lips with a creamy look, kind of, or keep them moisturized so they won't be so dry. And now I'm just taking an extra brush and I'm just patting everything in for that final spray. Y'all, look at this. Like, this is a gorgeous warm look. This is a gorgeous warm look. Everything has just I'm speechless. I like how everything's looking, how everything's put together, and just the warmth of her face. And here is the final look, guys. Look at that. Look at that. And so we were going for, this is a super soft glam. And so I would definitely recommend this for anybody who would want it. And so yeah, this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to go to my channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive all of my notifications. Thank you all so much.